This is the Sunday Business Page with John Delano.
Good morning, I'm John Delano. Welcome to another home edition of the Sunday Business Page. Happy Thanksgiving week, everybody. Our special guest today is Melanie Kirkpatrick, who is the author of a tremendous book entitled Thanksgiving, the Holiday at the Heart of the American Experience. Ms. Kirkpatrick, welcome so much to our show. We really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me, and happy Thanksgiving to you too.
So Thanksgiving is a holiday that all Americans can celebrate, and it certainly has become a very traditional American day. Was there really an original Thanksgiving, or is this just kind of fictional historic lore?
Well, a bit of both, John. 400 years ago, the Pilgrims and their Native American neighbors joined together for a harvest feast in what is now Plymouth, Massachusetts. And we know that that happened because there are two first-person Pilgrim accounts of that day. But some of the stuff that we come to think of that took place at that three-day feast, maybe isn't exactly right. For example, the Pilgrims did not wear buckles on their hats, and the Native Americans didn't wear headdresses. The New England Indians didn't wear the big feathered headdresses that we think of for the Plains Indians. But it looks like they ate turkey because one of the accounts mentions the great store of wild turkey in the area. So that was probably on the menu. But there would have been no cranberry sauce because they did have cranberries, but they had no sugar with them. And if you've ever eaten a raw cranberry, you don't want to eat a second one.
Oh,
they're
yuck.
very sour.
What's interesting to me is that the Pilgrims really had a good reason to give thanks, particularly thanks to the Native Americans. There were 102 of them who landed in November of 1620, but by the following fall, when they celebrated their Thanksgiving, half of them had died. And
yes.
So they were left with just 52 Pilgrims.
52 were left, and there were more children and women and young adults than there were grown men. And the number of Native Americans who came to the feast, there were 90. So really almost twice as many, and they were all men. So, that the Native Americans could easily have overpowered the Pilgrims.
I think we forget that in those early days, the Pilgrims and the Native Americans really had cut a peace agreement. I mean, they basically were living together in harmony. That changed later on, but at that time, they really, they all had reasons to give thanks, yes?
Yes, at that time, John, it was a peaceful occasion. The Pilgrims would not have been there to celebrate, in my view, if it hadn't been for the support, the assistance, the help of the Native Americans, who taught them how to plant and made their first harvest possible.
We only have about 30 seconds left, Melanie, but when did this become an official holiday in the United States?
Well, believe it or not, Congress didn't legislate it until 1941. And that was after Abraham Lincoln had called the first in what we would say was a national Thanksgiving in 1863. And there are many threads making up the history of the holiday, but I think that one of the most important is that national holiday in 1863, which Lincoln proclaimed at the urging of one of the most remarkable women in American history, Sarah Josepha Hale, editor of Godey's Ladies book.
I know, I wish we had time to go into this. I think the fact that the origin of the Thanksgiving national holiday is really owed to a very liberated woman, author, journalist, is an amazing story. But we've run out of time. All I can say, Melanie Kirkpatrick, is thank you for writing this book. It's so very, very interesting. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Happy Thanksgiving and thanks.
And happy Thanksgiving to all of you who share in watching this show every Sunday. I am so thankful to have you as an audience. Have a great Sunday, everybody.